So instead of one expansion, I'm doing expansions. And so I have this, I'm Tanis Coralee of Seattle, and I have this kind of tradition I do called Sacred Saturdays. And I developed it and played my computer games in this room. This is my space. And this is where I play the games and where I kind of developed it. And I was thinking, for my walking and talking today, it's Thursday, 17 July 2025. I'm thinking through expansions, one each for my parents. So expansions space. Instead of expansion spaces, it's like expansions, but one space, one big space. So this is mine, and it gets very ritualized, even down to like, here's one thing. I put socks here, thin socks. So like, if I'm laying in bed and I'm playing my computer game, I put the thin socks on so my toenails don't rub excessively on my sheets, because that can rub the sheets down. But I was like, okay, so this is the multi-purpose room, and I was like, this one, expansions, I think of this could be converted into my dad's space, and maybe he has his computer over here and like, I don't know, something over here, and it could be, you know, can kind of like step away from the computer and come and look out over the windows. You know, maybe there's a Kona dog bed in here somewhere. But kind of changing this into my dad's space. And then for my mom, so that'd be an expansion there. And so it's expansions space because it's the upstairs of my parents' house. I'd be taking what's currently the office and turning it into a sacred Saturday space for my mama. Yeah. And so there we go. And like do like the computer here on this wall where there's a bookcase, and she could look out the window. And she's had actually, before I moved back in with my parents in 2019, she was having eyesight problems. She'd get like, I think they were called ocular migraines, and so she had some correlated brain and eye problems. And not this past week, but the week before, because she got an all clear that her eyes were not a problem. And I was like, oh, that goes back since before I moved back in. That's a huge all clear. But don't overdo it. Okay? We don't want my mom to pull up at 90 degrees and then, you know, have something. So there's, if she's seeing this and you guys are seeing this and you can help temper her, we're trying to do like a 10-degree pull up. But she could take and look at, so those are the Olympic Mountains. So if, you know, that's her space behind the blinds, you know, and behind those windows, she could take and like have the computer, you know, facing this way, and then look out at the Olympic Mountains. And maybe they would even let me, like, I'm living with my soulmates. Maybe they even go, Tanis, we want you to do that. We want you to, what you talked about, expansions, we're going to put you in charge of turning the spaces into sacred Saturday spaces. Or not spaces, expansions. One each for mom and dad. So I was like, I could feel that, envision that, for real. So there we go. This is our sacred Saturday expansions space for my parents.